Happy Tuesday! I've officially moved, or I've officially finished moving, and I'll give you a tour of our bookcases and how we have them set up about our house at some point. But today I would like to do a Top 10 Tuesday. Top 10 Tuesday is a meme that was started by The Broke and The Bookish, and I will link to their blog in the description box. And today's Top 10 Tuesday topic is Top 10 Classics. Now I took that to mean the things that I read in school that I actually read and enjoyed because, you know, as an English major I read so many things, or, you know, didn't read so many things. First on my list, and these are no particular order, is Lord of the Flies by William Golding, Shipwreck, The Nature of Man, the source text that kind of inspired Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, which is hilarious, Native Son by Richard Wright. This was the first novel that we read for Black literature class in college when I was an undergrad, and it was the text that I had to present on, and you only had to present on one text, so I checked out the entire semester. Next are Brave New World and 1984, and these were my introduction to dystopian literature, and I read them for like survey literature courses in college. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, also read for a survey literature course, a different survey literature course in college, and I love Mr. Bennet. What else can I say? Actually, I can say that I think this was the first piece of literature wherein I understood how the context of the story, the context of the time period played into the context of the story, and really started to understand and recognize that, and it was like light bulb. For creative writing class, I read Sonny's Blues. It's a short story by James Baldwin. I have it in vintage Baldwin, but it first appeared in Going to Meet the Man, and it was the first short story I read about a guy who played jazz, and I was, you know, a jazzer, a saxophone player. It was the first piece in that class that I really connected with. And then my last three, I either don't have copies of or are also short stories, but I don't have them in collections, so I wrote them on a sticky note on the back of Benjamin Baldwin, TARDIS Rules. They are Girl by Jamaica Kincaid, and just, if you've read that, if you haven't read it, I'll put a link to the PDF in the description. You should read it. It's really short, it's really quick, and it reminds me of things that my mother or my grandmother would say in terms of, this is how you're supposed to be, and it's kind of neat from that connection point of view. It's also really interesting in terms of punctuation. Number 9, and I know it's number 9 because I have 2 left, is A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and I actually read that before, you know, the whole Gabriel Garcia Marquez thing in Looking for Alaska. I read it for short story class, and it's interesting. Again, I'll put a link in the description, or rather, all the links are going to be in my blog post, so I'll put the blog post in the description, so you only have to like click one link and you can find all of the things. Finally, the last on my list is Dracula by Bram Stoker, and really for the same reasons as Pride and Prejudice. It was the whole, I was doing my student teaching, so I taught it to my Brit Lit B kids. I got to teach the context that helped that light bulb go off for so many of my students about context and historical context and how the values of the Victorian society appear in this text, and it was cool. It was one of those really affirming teacher moments. So these were my top 10 classics for Top 10 Tuesday. What are your top 10 favorite classic reads? Check out The Broke and the Bookish. I'll leave a link in the description. But until next time, I'll see you in the comments. Happy reading. I'm an undergrad.